you still paying $30 per clip or per ad iteration? Are you struggling to find a cost-effective editor to edit and even create variations of your ads? In this video, I'll show you how to replace expensive editors with one simple tool. Now, it's a core part of our client ad workflow. From magic clips to brand styling, B-roll and those clean captions. Let's dive into the tool of Submagic and see if it earns all the hype. What's going on, gang? It's your boy Jerry the Ad Wizard coming back at you with a brand new video. And today, finding a tool to create new ads, new variations and new iterations for your performance marketing is a huge challenge for a lot of ad managers. So guys, we're going to go through the best practice and the tool that we use as the Ad Wizard agency to do this in a very simple workflow and a very cost-effective way, guys. Editing can be a bottleneck, it can be time-consuming for most small business owners, something that can be very unsustainable for you. We use this tool all the time at the agency, and I've been asked to make a video about what we like and what we don't like on the platform, and how we maximize the use of it to get the very best results for our clients, guys. It saved us hours each week and thousands in editing costs. Okay, so if you want to create more ads without burnout, without those expensive overhead, this walkthrough is for you guys. So stick around, guys. We're gonna get into it today. So guys, by the end of today, you will learn how to customize your caption fonts, themes, and positions, why we are using this tool versus something like Opus Clip to match your brand, ways to trim and adjust your ads easily when you go to edit them in the tool, how we duplicate and iterate different ad videos for different ad placements, how to use Submagic's Magic Clip feature to auto-generate multiple ads using long-form content, and finally, guys, we're going to show you exactly the results that we get and the ad data that we have seen when we use content produced by Submagic. So guys, grab your coffees and grab your hats. It's time to spin up some ad magic. Woo. Okay guys, so we are here in the Submagic platform, okay, and I'm going to show you some walkthrough, guys, of what we do, how we use the tool, and how we get the maximum effect for our agency and our clients. So guys, I'm going to take you through a step-by-step walkthrough on exactly what we do. So go and create a video, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to share some results with you guys. As I've mentioned, the main reasons that we like this, okay, there's lots of great tools and lots of great features in Submagic, but the main reason that we like it at the Ad Wizard agency is because Submagic has great B-roll, okay? If you ever want to add in additional B-roll into your ads, they have a great selection of B-roll. We found it is way better than Opus Clip, okay? A lot more polished. We can do a lot more editing, a lot more styling there, a lot more branding. Makes it really easy to cut long-form videos into shorts, okay? It has really nice subtitle font options that you can customize for your ads, and it's super simple to duplicate your videos and create new iterations if you want to. So guys, we're going to go through the exact step-by-step process on how we use this tool, how we use these features, so that you have an inside look into how the Ad Wizard agency deals with content and ad editing, okay? Stick around, guys. I'm going to go through a walkthrough right now, and I'm going to come back to share some results with you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Submagic platform, and I'm going to show you exactly the benefits and features that we get as ad managers from this tool. There are a number of advantages in using Submagic, like I mentioned, and I'm going to go through all of them so that you know, as an ad manager, as a business owner, or somebody wanting to create ads using Submagic, high pieces of leverage that you can utilize with the platform to get the best results for your ads. And afterwards, I'm going to show you the results that we got from our ads in using this platform. So guys, I'm going to go through a demonstration of a video ad that we're going to create. It's a UGC ad. We're going to be working with this UGC file. Okay, we asked a content creator on Fiverr to prepare a UGC video. We paid an actress on Fiverr, and this is the video that we're going to be working with today. What we're going to do with this is we're going to create an ad. Okay, we're going to use Submagic to edit the ad. We're going to add Submagic to add in the captions, any B-roll, and any dynamic camera movements using Submagic itself. Okay, so first of all, it's important to note that if you have got a longer video, you want to chop it up into smaller chunks. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using this tool because typically when we have an ad, we want it to be very tailored. Okay, we want to have some control over the starting hook and the narrative of the ad, okay? But if you have a longer video and you want to start somewhere and you say, actually, there could be a whole variety of different ads here that we could use within this conversation, okay, you can use this tool that will basically create short clips from a longer video. Okay, so really cool, really nice feature. We are not using this today, what we'll be using is this. Okay, so the generate captions section. This is if you have a UGC video filmed and you want to edit it and you want to add in some captions, this is what we use, and we love Submagic for this. Okay, really cost effective and really easy to use. We're going to make a test video for you guys, a demonstration, generate captions. Okay, and here you can just upload your video, guys. You can either drop and choose it from your desktop, or we can go through and just drag and drop it in. And here you can actually specify the language of your captions. Okay, so if you want to create a video and you want to have, for example, German captions over the top or Spanish, then you can add in the language, and what Submagic will do is it will create the captions in that relevant language. The translate captions is only available on a pro account. That's exactly what we use, guys. We use the pro account for the AdWizard agency because we get loads and loads of nice cool features. So I'm just going to go through what you get with a pro account. Obviously, I have got a link down below for a free account if you want to go and test it for yourself first before paying for a pro account, but something that I highly endorse. Here we also have the options that we can have different colors for each speaker. So Submagic will recognize who's speaking if there are multiple speakers in a video and ensure that the captions are different for each speaker so that viewer has instant recognition as to who is talking, and it matches the style of the video very nicely. Now there's only one speaker, one UGC presenter within this ad, so we're going to leave all of this as default and just press generate captions. And guys, you'll be brought to a loading screen where Submagic is going to do its magic. Okay guys, so after it's finished loading, you will be brought into the editor screen, and this is really cool, guys, because there are multiple sections here that we love to use at the AdWizard agency, and I'm going to go through all of these right now. A lot of the work that we do on creating and editing ads, in particular adding b-roll, adding captions and trimming a video, okay, can all be done in this user interface. So first of all, we're going to go over to trim here on the top left hand side, right? So here is one of my favorite tools for video editing, okay? It is transcript video editing, okay? Editing videos via a transcript. Now guys, Submagic have this, which I'm absolutely thrilled with. Okay, there are other editing platforms that also offer this as a feature, but Submagic, guys, I think takes the lead in terms of transcript based video editing. Okay, Submagic is super good. Now, a few things that I want to just draw your attention to, okay, because here what we can do is we can fully edit the ad just with looking at the transcript. We can see the full transcript of the video here. We can see the hook, for example, between Milestones and Family Life, who has time for complex financial planning. That is the hook of this particular ad. Okay, that was the hook that we briefed the UGC content creator to say. Now, there are a number of features here, guys. Okay, so this is super cool. What we can do here is we can edit our script depending on what the transcript says. Okay, so Submagic has read the transcript of the video, and here we can edit the video directly from the transcript. Okay, so say for example, okay, we wanted to remove this particular sentence from the UGC ad. You just select the copy that you want to remove, and here you can press remove from selection. Okay, so what it will do now when we play it from here, as you can see there, is remove that whole section and just jump straight to the next section, which is really cool. Okay, say for example, you only want half the sentence. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in here because it's an important section of the ad. I just wanted to demonstrate that to you, but say for example, you just wanted to remove half a sentence, right? Make sure it obviously makes sense as you play it, but here you can remove one word, a few words, half the sentence, whole paragraphs at a time. Okay, you just need to select the text, and then you can choose to remove this from the video, and Submagic is going to go and edit this for you. Okay, so there's no more manual trimming. We do have the ability to do that if you want to, okay, but this is really cool, guys, because we can just read the script, does it make sense, edit the video based on the transcript that we see, preview it to make sure it makes sense, and we have saved ourselves a heap load of time. Okay, we are not going through this manually. We can see the script, we can see what makes sense, and we can edit it from there. This is super cool, guys. If you only want if you think actually I want to scrap all of this script and I just want to have these two sentences here, for example, okay, you can select those sentences and you can press this button and keep only selected, right? That's going to remove everything from the script apart from these two lines. Okay, so you have two options, either removing lines manually or keeping only selected lines. So really nice, guys. Honestly, Submagic is an absolute genius for doing this. Like I said, there are a few other video editing tools that offer this as a service, but I think Submagic, the ease, the load time, the ability to see and to edit this super quickly, super nice, and a really nice user interface is one of my favorite things to do. But before we go and leave this section, there are actually a number of other things that we're going to do here, guys, that might blow you away as well. Okay, so there are a number of other features that we use. Okay, these are for the pro features. For example, here we have the ability to remove all silences. Okay, now that means that we don't need to go and do this all manually. In one click, guys, we can choose either natural pauses, a fast pause, or an extra fast pause. Okay, So I'm going to press extra fast, just so that you guys could see the difference. But to be quite honest, we always just use fast, okay? We think that extra fast, it can actually take out too much of the pauses, which can lead to a slightly unnatural cadence within the ad itself. But obviously, what we need to do, guys, or what you need to think about is when you have an ad, okay, you need to get to the point really quickly, and you need to be able to communicate the key messages and themes of the ads very quickly. So removing all silences is highly recommended, okay? Test around this for yourself. If you go and try this, okay, try the video on extra fast to see what the output is. We like to normally use fast, but in this case, I'm going to try extra fast just to show you exactly how this tool works. Here, I'm going to select extra fast, and then I'm going to remove 16 silences. So here, within the script, as we can see, all of these time second, all of these squares with S next to it, okay, these are 0.seconds, okay, these are pauses. What Submagic is magically able to do is identify where those pauses are. As you can see, all of these are pauses. These are natural pauses between each line break, and natural pauses maybe where the actor or actress has needed a bit of time to get out to the next sentence. And Submagic has removed all of those pauses automatically, okay? As you can see here, all of these timestamps have been crossed out, which tells me that Submagic has removed those. Now, on the top, see what this looks like, okay, under the super fast setting, okay, and then you can let me know in the comments down below if you think this is good or if you think this is too quick. So here is the preview, and we're just going to hit play and see what it sounds like.
Between career milestones and family life, who has time for complex financial play or automates the process so you can focus on what matters? With a custodial.
As you can see, guys, this now is super smooth. I might actually be inclined to leave it as super fast. It's remove all of the pauses really, really well, so we don't have to go in and manually remove pauses from our ad, guys. And I think, again, this is another reason that Submagic within our stack, particularly at the AdWizard agency, is so highly valued, because they're able to do this using AI very quickly, very fast, and very cost effectively. We don't need to pay hours for an editor to go and do all this stuff manually. So that is one tool that we also love. Okay, we're going to keep remove silences in here. I'm going to go through and finish making my ad using all of these tools as well, so that you can see what the final product looks like. And then I'm going to show you in the ad manager some of the results we've had using these ads. Okay, so that's the first feature I'd like to draw your attention to, guys. The next feature is remove bad take. Now, what you might want to do is upload a full video where you know that maybe you have made a couple of mistakes, or you've repeated yourself a couple of times, or you've emphasized a couple of times just to get the best take, and you've emphasized or reiterated some sentences just to see in the edit which one would work best as the ad. Okay, so what we can do here, guys, we can remove bad takes. It's going to try and understand where there are repeats within the script. Unfortunately, because our UGC content creator did such a marvelous job here, there are actually no bad takes removed. But what would happen, similar to these cross-outs timestamps, is that Submagic will go in and remove and cross out the sentences where it believes there have been repeats made. Okay, and then once again, you can select which text you want to keep out of those. It will show you which ones are duplicates. Actually, I did say the sentence twice, and listening through them again, I much prefer the first take than the second take. So I'm going to actively choose to the first and then cross out the second line. Another amazing thing here in Submagic, guys, is the editing tool and the editing capabilities within the tool itself. Okay, you don't need expensive editing software. You don't need to have a PhD in video editing or any of these things to go and create your ads. Okay, so here, if you want to fine tune the aesthetics of your ads or the colors, okay, you can choose and adjust brightnesses. You can adjust contrast, saturation, and temperature here directly in the ad manager itself, which is really cool. We have the ability to add brand, okay, add a brand image, add brand text, okay, which is really nice. We can choose to add in a logo, for example. If you wanted your logo to appear in the top corner of your ad, as an example, you can select where you want an image, your logo or an image to be. You can choose where that image is placed and the opacity of that image. Okay, you might want to have your logo, for example, slightly off capacity there in the top corner for brand recognition. You may not. Okay, you don't necessarily have to have an image there, to be quite honest, but it's really nice to be able to add this in, and we can add some text in. If you just want some default text to be shown at the bottom of the screen, for example, or you wanted just some text to go over the top, you can add that in here. This will go across the whole length of the whole video, okay, so that you have no ability to be able to edit this text. We'll actually edit the captions in a moment, but if you want just some text across the whole video, like I said, you can't actually change the duration of this, so it will just be text that runs across the whole video throughout the whole duration of the video. But if you want to add that in, that's also a capability there. We have two sections under audio, okay, clean audio, again, another tool which you can buy separately, but Submagic has also added into their platform, which means now we can clean up the audio. Okay, we can press this button here and the AI is going to to go and tidy up the audio. If there's any background noises, if there's any feedback in the microphone, okay, if there are any external sounds that is affecting the audio itself, what Submagic is doing now is cleaning this up. So we can see here, there is a percentage number and it's going through the script and cleaning up all the audio. So I can show you what that looks like afterwards, guys, after it's finished doing it. And we can also add in some music. So if you want to add in, they have a whole selection, guys, of copyright-free music. You have the ability to add in your own music as well. Don't forget to use copyright-free music or music that you are allowed to distribute. Again, this is why Submagic is awesome, because you don't need an extra external subscription for this. Submagic has a lot of default music in here already, completely copyright-free, that you can use within your ads to enhance the effectiveness of the ad. We don't always know, obviously, if music is going to increase the impact of our conversion rates, but this is where we can create a video with music and maybe create a video without music, A/B test them together, see which works best, and double down on the things that work.
But before you go anywhere else, any new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any more important updates. We are here many times a week. Now, business owners, online advertising, digital marketeers get the best from their online advertising, paid media, and digital marketing strategies. But without further ado, let's get on with the video.
So as you can see here, Submagic is obviously cleaning up the audio, and I'll show you exactly what that will look like afterwards. So the speech has been enhanced successfully. Let me know if you can hear the difference, guys. We always use AI enhancers on our microphone, on our audio outputs, okay, because even the best microphones aren't actually as good as an AI speech cleaning software nowadays. And like I said, Submagic has really, really good technology in their platforms already built in, so you don't need a whole other subscription for this.
Between career milestones and family life, who has time for complex financial?
Now that sounds really clean, really clear. They've enhanced the audio using AI, and the speech now is super, super clear, super nice. Adds a kind of buttery, nice sound to the voice to make it sound very appealing. So we love Submagic for this as well. I'm just going to go through and add some music so you can see what kind of music they have available. Like I said, lots and lots of royalty-free copyright music that you can use. Okay, let's just test some of these. So if your business has some specific brand guidelines, for example, okay, and what you might want to do is you might want to use some music that represents your brand, okay, that adds some other layers to your ads. Okay, like I said, sometimes music works really great with ads, sometimes it doesn't. Definitely worth A/B testing that. You have a whole library here, guys, of different royalty-free music. You have premium music as well. If you have the paid for account, the pro account like we do, we have an even larger selection of free royalty-free ad music to use. And guys, honestly, the premium music features as well. The music here is absolutely phenomenal. So definitely something that we recommend if you want to add audio also to your ads. Okay, you don't need another subscription for this. You can also add in your own music. Okay, so if you have some music that you've made or some music you've produced or some AI music that you've generated yourself, you can go and upload this as an audio file here directly and play it on top of your ad. So guys, this is a really nice, easy way of creating and editing your ads. So if you wanted, for example, to make a cover photo, you can select a frame here, use this as frame as a cover photo, and then Submagic is going to use that as the cover photo as well. Also, when you look back on your library in the Submagic dashboard, that's when the cover will be used as part of the video. Now, guys, if you want to make this process even easier, they do have another pro feature, the AI feature, where we have all of the AI features in one click. Okay, and actually, we've gone through already the clean audio. I'm going to go through some of these other AI features. Okay, a lot of these features we use when we create our ads, but for now I'm actually going to go to the caption section and then the b-roll section next. Okay, so now we have edited all of the silences out of the ad. This is really cool. This is what it's looking like so far. We're going to then press save. Always make sure that you save your Submagic projects. Okay, we're going to head over to captions. Okay, so the captions section here, we're going to open this up. Here is where we'll be able to customize the captions for our UGC ad. Okay, there are a whole selection of different styles of captions, and the thing that we really love is even if you choose a style, you have the ability to customize this, so you can dive deeper even to the different customizations of the particular transcript. Okay, what primary colors, what secondary colors are being used, what fonts are being used, etc. You can upload your own font here. Okay, and the reason that this is amazing, guys, is because we can ensure, and something that you might like to try within your ad creation, is creating ads with captions that very much fit the brand guidelines. Okay, so here, as we can see, is a whole variety of different captions that we can choose from. But what we like to do is also get the brand guidelines of the business itself and ensure that all of the captions that appear are also very in line with the brand guidelines of the business. Okay, so to do this, we can choose to customize this. We can fully customize this around the brand guidelines. And then, guys, using the Pro feature, we can create a theme, okay, which means that we're able to use that same theme across different videos. We can ensure that all captions across all of our ads and all of our videos are exactly the same. Okay, they have the exact same styling that's in line with the brand guidelines of the business or client that we're working with. So super, super cool, guys. Here we have all the different styles, and you can go and customize each of these so they're super, super in line with the brand guidelines. So here, as we can see, this is what the captions will look like. They've paused the low resolution preview here to give you all of the focus on the captions itself. Okay, before we export and render it completely, this is a low process way for you to be able to see what the captions look like, and they all look really nice. Okay, but if you wanted to, for example, change the size font, the caption positioning so it fits higher on the screen, don't forget, guys, when your Advantage Plus placement is turned on, you want to make sure that your ad is applicable in a square, applicable in a tall video, and applicable in a 9:16 view. Okay, so what we can do here is to ensure that the captions are applicable in square. If you press here and change the video ratio, we can actually export it in different sizes. Okay, so the text now fits very nicely across the bottom, which is great. This is great for desktop placements on meta ads. If you want it as a 4:5, this is great for desktop and mobile. And then if you want a short or story based ad that appears on those placements, you can change the video ratio here as well, so that as you flick through each of these, you can ensure that the captions come up correctly across each of the different views. Really, really important, guys, if you're running Auto Plus placements, to ensure that you have square, tall, and vertical videos, that your ad works as a square, as a tall video, and as a vertical placement as well, so that Meta can go and do all the heavy lifting and put that ad across the different placements, regardless of if the user is on desktop or mobile, etc. Now, guys, now that we've saved it, we're going to go through and we're going to go to the B-roll section. Now, the B-roll section, guys, has a couple of features which we think are super, super cool and super nice to edit your ads. Makes things very easy and very efficient. The first feature that we can use on our ads is the Magic B-rolls section. Okay, and what Submagic will do here is it'll automatically add B-roll footage onto your ad, and then we can edit and customize that B-roll directly on the platform itself, and we can fine-tune it so that it looks really good on our ad. So I'm going to press here this button, and it's going to add in. I'm going to automatically generate some B-roll into our ads. Here we have the ability to add in free videos or premium videos, depending on what Submagic account you have. Then you can choose what percentage you want your ads to have B-roll on. So here we don't want too much B-roll. Maybe we want 35% of this ad to be B-roll. We're going to test and see what this says, and we're going to test and see how this looks before we make any adjustments. So I'm going to press generate, and then it's going to generate that for us, guys. As we can see now, it has created and added in some B-roll. So here on the side, we can see all the B-roll that's added. We're just going to play our ad now to see what this looks like with the B-roll included. Very nice. What we can do here is edit the B-roll. You can press edit. You can change the positioning of the B-roll. You can change the starting frame so it starts slightly earlier, for example. Okay, you can add the zoom effects. You can add in different effects into here. And something else that we really love to use here, guys, is system sounds. Okay, so for each transition, for example, we can go through and add a sound effect, which only increases the impact of your ad. You can add in custom sounds as well. You can adjust the volume if you want to, but this is really, really cool. If you want to add in additional sounds into your ad, you can add that in. You can add in transitions and then sound effects for those transitions. Okay, if you're not happy with a certain B-roll clip, you can change the media. You can pick and choose what you would prefer to see there. Instead, you can change the layout, the zoom effect, and everything else, guys, right? So this is a really powerful tool to add B-roll to your ads, okay, again, without needing any additional subscriptions. That Submagic has all of these available and built in platform so that you can go and add these to your ads really easily and really cost effectively without any additional extra effort. So as we can see here, all of the different B-rolls as it's coming up, and we can edit this. We can change the different B-rolls. Like I said, it's looking nice so far. Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you another trick here, is using magic zooms, which adds a lot of dynamic energy to the ad itself. Okay, as it zooms in and out of our UGC actor or actress. We're going to press here magic zooms. It's going to go and add these in themselves. We can make the adjustments here by clicking on the plus button, for example. So we can change the different zooms, we can delete the zooms, and we can change the type of zoom depending on what will increase the effectiveness of our ad. Okay, and again, we can A/B test different transitions. For example, we create different versions, iterations with different transitions, see which is going to work best. Okay, so here, what this will do is it will add in an additional pan. So there you can see it adds an additional zoom. Here, if we do this one, it's doing a zoom out. Okay, and we can change these. Say, for example, you wanted a crash zoom instead. Say, for example, you wanted a zoom in at the beginning as well. So what it will do here, it will zoom in like that. So you can see the preview here on the right hand side and how Submagic is editing all of these features. Okay, so you can see we can add in sound effects to the transitions, we can add different transitions, we can add in B-rolls, etc. We can add in zooms and all those nice things, guys. Really, really cool. Really great tool to use and edit ads very easily. Guys, I'm going to share a tip and trick right now. Okay, if you are looking to potentially create ad copy for your ad and you need the transcript for your video in order to generate the ad copy that it will go with, a tip that we would recommend here is that you can actually copy the subtitles of your video. So then as an example, you can go and use GPT and use the ad video transcript to go and create custom bespoke ad headlines and ad copy for your ads. Okay, so that's another tip and trick that we'd recommend, guys, is if you go up the top here to the three dots and you press copy subtitles, it'll copy those subtitles in your clipboard, and then you can go and use something like ChatGPT to go and generate your ad copy very bespoke to the transcript of the video itself, the highly resonant ad copy that goes along with your ad creative, which will only increase your conversion rates. So after we finished everything, guys, one thing we're going to do here is we're going to press save and then export. And what Submagic will do is we'll go and export the video. Okay, so we have a number of different exportation types. Okay, if you want to upload in 2K or 4K, you have the ability there. We're only going to do 180p for now, so we're going to export it. That's then our ad done, guys. Project has been saved. It's exporting the video. You can see here again the transcript. If you want to go and add this and use this for your ad copy, we have a description. We have a pre-description. If you want to go and upload this as a piece of social media content, for example, it will give you some predefined description copy that you can use to go and post this. If you want to preview the ad to your client, for example, you can use this button here to copy the link and what it will do, and then you can send that link to the client or the business that you're working with, and then they can see the preview of what this video will look like using some of the edits that we've done here.
Between career milestones and family life.
So that zoom at the beginning was pretty intense. I probably would adjust that, but we're going to watch the rest of it just so you can see what some of the other edits that we've made.
Complex financial planning. Or automates the process so you can focus on what matters. With a custodial Roth IRA, your child's earnings can grow tax-free for decades.
Okay, guys, so now we have the video fully exported and downloaded. We can download the video here. We can edit the video again if you want to, or if you want to, like I said, copy the link and send it to the client for approval. You can do that right here. But guys, there is also another thing that we can do using Submagic right now, even after we finished a video. Okay, there is still benefits to be had for a ad manager. Now, what am I talking about? Well, guys, if you are creating iterations, okay, or you're creating new versions of ads and you want to create a new iteration with a few adjustments and A/B test those two different iterations against each other, typically what you might have to do in the past is pay an editor for two different videos. Okay, they might charge you, or you might incur an additional charge for your editing costs for a new iteration. But guys, this is why Submagic is also super awesome. Say, for example, we did to use the same ad, but instead of having the lady's face as the visual in the opening hook, we want to have a bit of B-roll in the first visual, in the first opening hook, for example, right? So it's really, really easy, guys. If you want to, you can click on this, you can duplicate that project, okay? So you have the old project there, and then you have the new project that you can edit and create a new iteration on, and then you have both of those videos that you can run side by side in the ad manager and test which one's going to do better, okay? So if you have new tests that you want to run on a best performing ad and you want to create new iterations, creating the iterations, guys, is really, really easy on Submagic. So that's another benefit that I wanted to bring to you guys. Now, guys, we're going to jump into the ad manager and see the results for ourselves. Okay, guys, now you have a good understanding as to how Submagic works and how we utilize the tools to get the very best impact for our clients. But now we're going to head over into the Meta Ads Manager so that I can show you some ad results directly after we've run these as ads. What have been some of the results? Okay, so we can compare these videos and the different tools we use to make them in the results, in the ad results that we have gotten. So guys, I'm going to head into the Meta Ads Manager to show you and give you a deep dive into the content performance and how this creative moved the needle for the bottom line of our clients' businesses. As you can see here, guys, just amazing results. And we're very grateful to the Submagic team to be able to provide some free accounts to our community And again, don't forget to use that discount code to save you guys some money. Okay, guys, but you may also be thinking, hey, well, what about the results? So typically we use a whole multimedia asset group of different ads. We do graphic ads, animation ads, UGC-based ads, tutorial, testimonial ads, all those kind of nice things. And we have a whole multimedia asset group for these. Here you can see the ones labeled as UGC. They are the ones that we made with Submagic. And to show you some examples of some data here, what we can see is the target CPA for a meeting schedule. So what we're using these ads for was for people to book calls for this particular service. And the CPA was around $30, right? Which here, a couple of the ads that weren't achieving that were the UGC ones. But as we scroll down, and what you'll see here, the target CPA is around $30. Okay, and we can see here the type of ads that are achieving these results, all made by Submagic. Okay, so really, really cool. Really amazing to see the performance of these as well. Highly recommend using Submagic, guys. Okay, here's just some initial data from some of the ads that we have run using Submagic ads. And I wish you all the best and all the success. Okay, well, it's not only the amazing results that we see, but it's the cost-effective solution that Submagic offers that's very appealing to ad managers. And I would highly endorse to other ad managers if they want to get the maximum out of video editing their ads. We are also running some other ads with another client where we've edited ads on Submagic. So guys, we'll report back on those results. But to know now, across all the different clients that we're working with, we are using Submagic. It is ingrained into our agency stack, and we're very grateful to the Submagic team to be able to provide some free accounts to our community. And again, don't forget to use that discount code to save you guys some money if you want to go and try this, if you want to go and use this tool for yourself and your business. Okay, so hit me a comment down below if you got any questions. Okay, when we compare these two, as we can see here, okay, there's lots of data here, but as we can see, these are the high performing ads, and these are the Submagic ads that we use and the creatives that we use for our clients, guys. So super cool, super nice to see from the production to the results, the full journey of what we do to create and edit lots of different iterations using Submagic. Okay, really easy, really cost effective, really great tool. And we highly endorse this at the AdWizard agency. Leave me a comment down below if you got any questions. Guys, if you're interested in trying this tool out for yourself, there is a link in the description down below where you can go and try this tool for free, guys, okay? And if you want to go and try it yourself and have a paid account, there's a discount code below that you can use to give you money off so that you can go and try Submagic for yourself to see how it works for your business. So click the link down below to trial the feature, and if you use my discount code, you'll also get money off if you want to try and use this for your agency or your business. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully that gives you some insight how we approach ad editing, ad variation creation, and ad iteration. Very simply using the Submagic tool, guys. And we highly endorse this at the AdWizard agency because we use this all the time. I don't want to promote something that isn't useful to you guys, and honestly, we use this tool all the time. So I have no hesitation and no doubt endorsing this tool for all of you guys because I know how much money it saved us and how much time this has saved us. So guys, if you leave me a comment down below if you got any questions. I'm your boy Jerry the AdWizard. You can catch me on LinkedIn at Jerry Griffiths, on X and Instagram on at Jerry AdWizard, and at Jerry Dreadlocks everywhere else. And if you want to watch a video on how we organize creative sprints around the creative sprint process and what we do for our performance marketing when we create new iterations, new hooks, new angles, and new hypotheses, check this video over here where I go through a step-by-step walkthrough on what we do with the AdWizard agency. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the love and all the support, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'm your boy Jerry the AdWizard, and wherever you are in the world, I bid you peace, love, and a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.